All right. Hey, D. Bad fast is fast. Yo, bad fast. All right. Well, I'll play a song we haven't played in a while. This one always feels great. I like this song. I like this artist. I'm not sure, dude. We'll give it a few minutes. Nice to see you guys. I'll get some music on. We'll get something. I just don't know what. I'm just so perplexed. Yeah. Well, I guess that's just going to be. I don't know. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. We will get some music at some point. Maybe, maybe not. YouTube will do its thing and cut this part out, I guess. They seem all right at it. They do all right. Yeah. Kind of feeling like a rock vibe, to be honest with you. Kind of feeling like a rock vibe. Something to play in the background. What's up, Joe? Mama? Joe Mama. Redneck Prapple. What's up, Amy? Jams? Yes, hello and welcome to another exciting Tuesday night in the world of me. The highlight of my day. Today, literally, the highlight of my day. Right here, we're doing it. We're going in. We're going date. We're going in. Here comes the headphones. And here comes the show. So, oh, shit. All right. Take two. Here comes the show. All right. Let me lower my lighting. Bad fast. Biden falling up the stairs was hilarious. I laughed so hard. Man. That guy's been doing a lot of wonky things. He's been doing some wonky business. That man. Something weird going on, to be honest with you. What's up, Rox? Roxanne is here in the house. Nice to see you, Roxanne. Yeah, Joe, he did fall 3 times. He fell 3 times going up the stairs after he criticized the choppers. The choppers are going over my house. Probably going to shut down my live broad stream. 3 times he went up the stairs. 3 times he fell going up the stairs. That's what he did. He fell going up the stairs. And we've all seen it. And the memes have already created themselves instantly after it happened. And they're great. The memes are the best, right? They're the best defense against everything are the memes. So may they continue. And it sounds like we're going to get a lot of them. But yeah, lots happening with that man. What's up with you, Redneck Prapple? Roxanne being properly introduced to the room, I see. Nice of you to join us tonight, Roxanne. I don't need that up there. So I'll try to turn those off. So the state of our union, everything, what's going on? Wow, we got a lot to cover tonight. We have a lot to cover tonight. But we'll talk a little bit and then maybe shift it off into some directions. We'll see what's going on. You guys are obviously watching what's going on. And as it continues, it's just becoming so much more and more clear of how this is really being laid out before us. Like if you're awake and you're watching, you're seeing it, and you're probably getting excited, because I'm starting to get excited, actually. Going to the election and all that, I think we all thought that, like, yeah, how could he lose the election and still go forward with this message, with this plan? And it didn't make sense when it happened, but it was still kind of like, think about everything that you've discovered, that you've researched, that has been opened up to your eyes your whole life, but really in the last 3 years. Think about everything that's been shown to you. Things that your eyes can't lie to you about. Things that your mind uses. And you put it against logic and reason. And you come up with this beautiful word, discernment, which I love. I love the word. Too many things happen statistically, mathematically, for them to become something that isn't, it's out of the realm of probability. So what you're watching is true. So as chaotic and as crazy as anything that they're saying on the mainstream television, deep within your soul that it's true. And there's a massive inner peace in that kind of knowing. And that is what is beautiful about the Great Awakening. It's the softest velvet hammer of truth that it could be to land in the laps of people to just wake up. And there will be things that happen, obviously. Obviously, the drops have exposed it, that things will be happening that are deeply, deeply funded by the deep state. Their pockets are as deep as you can imagine. They're deeper than any pockets that any person really has, because it's evil and corruption which rules the world. So they'll go as deep as they can. But the one thing they don't have control over was the truth and the ability to think through many scenarios that we've been watching. They don't have the ability to manipulate that. Now they do, in the standpoint of they can switch a story headline, they can create propaganda, they can create a story that's not true on an unbased source and let that burn for 2 or 3 weeks and then do a read. They can do all of that. But as they do that, it only shows more concisely how clear the truth is on all of this. And they try as hard as they can to pretend that they believe they're still in power. But they're not. They're not in power. They are clearly not in power. And that brings joy to my heart to know this. Unbelievable joy, to be honest with you. It's amazing. It's amazing. And the lights are kicking on every day. Every day this goes forward, the lights, just another boom, another light goes on. You didn't believe you could be that well. Boom, another light, another light, another light. Until eventually, everybody, pretty much, in every house, pretty much, has the lights on. They don't have a boogeyman to go after. They can't. They tried as hard as they could to say what's going on at the border is Trump's fault. And I feel bad for people that take that position. I feel really awful that people take that kind of position, that all they had to do was do the status quo. They had it under control. Everything was fine. Nope. It's so weird. Biden's administration is saying that once we lifted, the ban and we let people walk in, they still wanted to walk in. It's crazy. To which the myriad of problems that go on with that. They're not testing them. They're not testing them. They're walking them in. Catch and release. Totally. We'll see you in court in 2 years. Show up for your deadline, which they almost never do. And that's not Bill's opinion. That's the opinion of statistics and probabilities and mathematics. They don't show up. You can look at it. It's like something ridiculous, like 5% show up for their court dates. The rest of them assimilate into America, and that's it. And that's it. It's not great, guys. It's not, but it's beautiful because it is waking up Democrats left and right. It is. Democrats are waking up. You know, I am hearing things like, I would have voted for the Republicans. I think I'm a Republican, but Donald Trump. So it's not the policy. It's Donald Trump. To which two of them I've told, you have TDS. And they, to my amazement, looked at me like, what is it? And I'm like, Trump derangement syndrome. And one of them said, no, you got Trump derangement syndrome. I'm like, I do not have Trump derangements. It's certified. I figured it out. Bill does not have Trump derangement syndrome. He, in fact, he's very clear. He's good to go. Okay? Good to go. Which I am. Listen, if Biden won this thing free and clear, great. That's the meat suit we stuck in there, I guess. But we all know that's not true. And they all know it's not true. And the networks all know it's not true. They know. CNN is down like 45% since Trump left office. And their ratings were already in the toilet before that. They were down like that, 40, 45, 50%, as they continued to smash and bash on the president. So their voice is done. We've taken away their power. The plan has doused the power of CNN. And it's happening with MSNBC. It's happening with the New York Times. You have Project Veritas winning their lawsuit against the New York Times. These victories are starting to pile up. The shift of balance. When the wheels of justice turn, they turn slow. But when they turn, they are powerful. And they've turned, and they're moving. And they are powerful. Coming to a city near you soon. It sure feels like it, though, right? Well, Linda DeBose, how are you? Nice to see you up in the chat. Trey, I see you. I see Billy, and I see Sally, and Lucy, and Carl, and Fiona. All right. Kamala. Oh, my God. Kamala Harris. Thank you for bringing that up, Radnack Brabble. Or no, that was Trey. Thank you, Trey. Man, that that woman. It's funny that I said her name and then I laughed. That woman. She was asked about going down to the border and she laughed. She freaking laughed. I don't have any immediate plans. And this reporter, or this, I don't know who he was, but he had a commentary. I think he was maybe a spokesman for the area, and he's like, you know that a 9-year-old girl just drowned, and her laugh is just stupid. I mean, it's the reason that she couldn't even get 1% of the Democrat power behind her when she was running to try to become the Democrat primary frontrunner. Nobody liked her. And I will tell you that I have personally not liked her at all, to any part of me that I could ever find a redeeming quality in her after the Kavanaugh hearings going into the Supreme Court. Can't happen. Not for me, not with her, not ever. That woman was way, way, way out of the line. And not because she wanted to get the truth. It was because she had a big old paintbrush of propaganda and she smeared it on slow and thick and was a cunt. And I don't say that about many people, but yeah, she gets that one. She earned that. And it feels like she might be the president soon. So, yay. But maybe not really, right? Maybe not really. Who knows how far it goes? How long it goes on? We don't know. We are privileged to be awake. And I'm great with that. But something's definitely happening. There's no denying that. Yeah, her laugh is terrible. Yes, her laugh is awful. Yeah, she's not a great. That was Romper Room, Redneck. Yes, it was. To my youth. Anybody watch the HBO special? Anybody watch that? Did you guys check it out? I did. I got opinions on it too. I got stuff to say. I got opinion though. Did you guys watch it? She does, Joe. She laughs. She laughs for no reason. Out of like, and first, her laugh sucks. Okay, it just does. But she laughs at the dumbest shit. Like, are you gonna go visit the orphans that got blown out from the tornado and their shelter got blown down? Not today. But I have before, and I will again. So, probably bad of me to laugh at that. Hindsight, Kamala was like, fuck. Man, they don't know what to do. They are fish out of water right now, guys. They're in such a state of confusion that they don't know if they're coming or going. And it's becoming very fun to watch it just implode as it goes on. We're just watching it. It's great. It is seriously great. It is a fluster cluck, Trey, to the nth degree. It's a uster fluck. Very well put. James says they're not going to stop. Probably not. They can't stop is probably like the reality. They're not going to stop because they can't. If they stop, they're done. I mean, already the wind is out of their sails. They are tap dancing on glass right now. They got problems in the immediate future. I know one day they'll write books about this and they'll show like what we're going through right now over the course of a 2-year period. To the people reading it will go, well, naturally, that's why he made that. That totally makes sense why he would make that move. And God bless those people, because those are the ones that understand what we're going through right now, are the ones that are going to remember the reason we're going through it. And this needs to just blossom through the world. It really does. This can't happen in America, this level of awakening, and have it just be like, okay, great, we can just get back to our life. No, we're liberating the world. This is liberating everybody. When this whole thing's done, the world's free. And it maybe is not going to take a giant asteroid to smash into the earth for everybody to get their heads right. That'd be great to not have that happen. But if it comes, I tell God, land that bitch right here. Put it right in my lap. I'll tip my cap watching it come in. I'll probably burn up before it actually hit me, but still, it's fun. I just send it here, because I don't want to live in that world after that shit hits. But we, as a world, have certainly earned the asteroid. It's deserved. Like, come on, bring it in. No. You don't got to tell me why you're sending it. I have the internet. I understand. It's cleansing. It has to happen. It's got to happen. It's the internet. To which I say, yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. But there's many, many good people out there too. Maybe way, way more people that are good than bad. Maybe. Probably. I mean, everybody knows assholes, and they're not everywhere. I mean, they are, like, as a generality, they are, but most people are pretty good. Most people want to help people do the right thing. So how did we as a nation allow these scumbags to come in and hijack our entire system? Well, guys, it's all been revealed to us. It's a slow burn with the deep state. They don't care. They don't care to the point where, since Trump's been out, they tried to immediately go back and implement everything that they've ever done. Everything. Immediately. And they've taken the X factor out of that decision. And the X factor is you and me and the awoke. And they just want to go, oh, well, Biden's president, so let's just do everything the way we're doing it. They put everybody back to sleep. And we're all like this. We're like, not happening. It's not happening. No, the toothpaste is out of the toothpaste tube. There we go. The genie's out of the bottle. It's all been done. Yes, Linda says the gun grab is coming next. Yes, it is. And it has to. Or at least it has to be proposed. I mean, I don't think it'll go through because there's at least 90 million people that will just the person answering the phones will never, ever not be answering the phones with the amount of dissent that comes with that. But what they're doing, again, is they're going back to the way things were. They think now they want to climb it down our throat. They somehow think Obama has any clout. Everybody's got like a finger to him. Nobody cares. Nobody literally cares at all. The veil is ripped. It's torn. It's been lifted. People are awake. And I would say right now we are to sit back and enjoy the show, enjoy the movie. Because what are you going to do besides maybe draw people's attention to, some things? I mean, keep being what you're being, do what you do. But you're going to draw people's attention to that kind of stuff, and say, hey, did you see this? So back to the HBO special. I know that I totally took a disastrous detour off of that for some reason, but I did. And here we go. I did watch it. I did see it. And what I think, first of all, it was pieced together. It's going to be a 6-part series. They played the first 2 hour-long parts on, I think, Saturday night. I didn't watch them because I don't have HBO because I don't pay for pedophilia as best I can and that kind of stuff. But somebody was kind enough on Telegram to put it in 5 or 6 minute segments each one, so you could view it in a 6. So I watched it, and takeaways. Okay, it was important enough for them to do a expose. Well, actually, they purchased the video from a guy that did the research, and he had been shopping it around, I guess, for quite a bit. And right when he was going to pull it and make it public and put it on YouTube, HBO said, we'll take it. And so they took it like at the last possible moment when he was going to make it public or monetize it and stick it on YouTube. So there's that. So most of it is him. Now, a lot of it flies in and out to the maturation of the Q drops, which how they developed and started on like 4chan and then developed into 8chan. And in fact, so far in it, they haven't even gotten to like 8kun. Okay. But they went with the original board runner, and now they've worked their way up to Ron Code Monkey Z. So Ron Johns, what is it? I think it's Johns, Code Monkey Z. So kind of all of that, they did of just giving it credibility in how things were addressed. In other words, it wasn't condescending, it wasn't really berating. But what happened is that, obviously, you guys would expect this, is that a lot of the like the things that make us understand what Q is are implied, but they're kind of not put in yet, at least from what I've seen. They did a lot of personal opinion out of the journalist Will Sommer, who's a giant POS. He just is, because in my opinion, anybody that's a journalist and they don't like research this information, or if they say, yeah, I researched it and it led to nowhere, well, guess what? You're a giant journalist POS, a gigantic POS. And we see right through you people, especially people like him. I don't know why he gets a special label, especially, but his special level of condescension while he was doing the video kind of sucked. And I was just like, fuck you, Will, you bitch. All right, that's how I really felt. But other than that, they really laid the information about Q and got the foundation out there that people can boom, go, what is this? You know, I mean, it's only been made fun of. That's what we have to remember on mainstream television. Any of the things that we've learned, any of the severity, any of the things with Pizzagate or child trafficking. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Should not have said that. I definitely shouldn't have said that. But any of those topics that were done on that, HBO special, they're not being highlighted is really what it is. It's not, but I hope that leads people to open the door. And so far they've had people like Jordan Sather, and then they've had a few people, and I always expect like them to put on like some real kooks. And there were a couple people that were kind of kooky. Like they weren't like kooky. They were kind of, they understood, but even their facts were a little bit skewed as being like people that follow it. It was kind of like, felt a little premeditated, from being honest with some of it. But again, back to the reality, the Streisand effect, right? A Streisand effect. Once you bring it up, once you tell people go here, but don't look there. Oops, it got out of the bag. We better cover it up. Everybody goes, what was that? What was that? It was nothing. No. I seen something. And that's what it's going to hopefully create. And nobody, when this is all done and it all goes down, like there's going to be people in their severe infancy of understanding the plan, but it'll be great. It'll be great that they understand the plan, that they see it. It will be wonderful. Honestly, it will be great. But unfortunately, it's a giant poop sandwich and we all got to take a bite. And some of us got to take 2 or 3 bites, and we've been doing that. What's up, the Broken? The Broken is back in the house. Me too, Linda. I'm going to laugh too. I promise. Jeez. The Broken. It must be the broken internet, brother. All right, Amy, make sure you end them with a nice little lullaby. Those are always the best. I probably miss that the most, when my kids were little. I did. I sang them lullabies. I don't care. I got a big heart, whatever. I did. I sang them lullabies when they were really itty bitty, when they were small. I stopped when they were 14, and their sleepover friends appreciated that very much. So it was good. What's up, Red Pill Marine? I haven't seen you in a minute. Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're holding up well in the war, sir. Red Pill graces us with his presence. It's good to see him. Hell of a journey, guys. Hell of a journey. I gotta say. I mean, nobody has the final answer, right? I'm like, sorry about that. Nobody has it. We're along for the ride at this point. Hopefully you threw out your freaking grappling hooks of truth into some giant whales that we've witnessed over the last 3 years, and you sunk it in deep, and now you're holding on for the ride. Like, here comes truth. I'm on the way. Hopefully you got yourself in that position. I think you probably have. I feel like I got a whole empire of hooks out there, and they're pulling me along. So I feel great. I do. I mean, seriously, we might go through more bad stuff coming up, but it really feels like that. Like I said earlier, the shine feel like it's tipping. Things feel like they're tipping in the right direction. Some of the sleeping people are saying the right things, and I like that. Just in general public, I like it. There is dissent amongst the leftover Democrats that are out there. There is dissent percolating throughout their ranks. And I'm not talking about Antifa again, because I shouldn't have said that either. Because they're paid. They're paid, right? We know this. God, why did I say that? I could have implied it. Watch this. My thing's going to go staticky now, and it's going to be over. I don't know. But it feels like I said, it feels like it's turning the other way. And I think that's fun. That's fun to witness. In some sort of way, it's fun. Hope you got some food put back, Bill. Well, I am a prepper, redneck prepper. You should know that about me first and foremost before I ever started this, whatever this is. I was an awoke prepper. That's what it is. If shit gets real bad, we got property. Gets us out of the city. We know how to do that, and I do have that. And I guess on your recommendation, Prepper, I hope everybody does, because that's always a good idea, right? You got to have stuff put away. Most of you do. I'm sure you do. But I'm interested why you say that, Prepper. Do you think like a food shortage or something like that? Or do you think this, 17-year locust thing that's going to hatch is going to which I don't know that. I mean, it could, but it feels like we could weather that for a bit, I guess, unless it was just so devastating that we just couldn't, they're wiping out like 12 years of your crops, dude. It's like over. And you guys will be eating synthetic bugs when this is over. I mean, that would suck, but as long as we have the internet, I guess we'll be able to verify it, right? This is my boyfriend. He's French. I met him on the internet. Bonjour. I love that commercial. It's not around anymore, but it used to be. And I liked it. Food shortage comes from the redneck prepper. Well, I'm going to come live at your house, redneck prepper, because I know rednecks have plenty of game running around, and I'm a good shot. You should know that about me. I'm a good shot. Stack the seeds. You better not eat synthetic shit or you'll take a synthetic shit. But who knows? Maybe synthetic shit is like no wiping. Maybe it's like, oh, well, I guess we'll take out the bidet. We don't need it. Life's good everywhere. The signs. Rocking on here. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? Yeah, sucker. I can read the sign. Because that's just how it is. I guess I have an unstable connection right now, but maybe it got established. We watched The Hateful Eight. And if you guys have seen The Hateful Eight, you already know what I got to see in that movie. And I was not good with that. I did not like it. And it sucked because it took to me what was an awesome, great movie. And it was just like, dude, that was so unnecessary to like even put that in the movie. It was kind of like, Mm-mm. No, thank you. Yes, it does. Sound familiar? Red pill? It do. It do sound familiar. Well, thank God you got two greenhouses too. That's good, Trey Trey. I'm gonna have to run into one of you farming types once I get out of here with all my gold and silver. Can I stay at your place? Be like, what you got in there? Yeah, you can come in. I'll be like, okay, teach me how to farm. That'd be great. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. All set up locally, bug out, location. We're good. Well, you know, good to get out of town, but it's all right. You make me fat, Bo. Jeez, that's a lot. And I mean, to me, that sounds like a lot. Like some of you might be like, yeah, I only can like 10 jars a year. Some of you might be like, well, that's an average farm. I can like 10,000 jars a year. I don't know. I don't know anything about canning except that you need like pectin. You need pectin in a jar and then the food to put it in. And that's about it. No, I haven't learned from wellness. No. Do you think we sit up and talk about this stuff? No. I mean, what am I going to can, James? I don't have a farm. I can't grow any. I mean, I could, but I mean, right now I could. Yeah, I could can some dandelions and some cacti. I could do some cacti. No, I don't have the property for it, you guys. I'm in a cul-de-sac. And I'm like I have a pie shaped. There's just no. I'm debating whether I can have a fire pit, which I'm thinking about putting out there. Not that I can't have one. Perfectly legal. Totally can. I'm just debating if my yard is too small in the back as a pie shape that, do I want to be out there and like be like, what's up, neighbor? What's up, neighbor? I don't know. Yeah, the Hateful Eight is wild. Ugh. I just never get that out of my mind either. The bitch about seeing something is that you can't unsee it. I think that's the hardest part about that. I knew you can, Joe. I didn't know you can that kind of stuff, that kind of number. Man, that's crazy. That's awesome. Well, Redneck Prepper, I want to say one thing about what you're saying about the food shortage coming up. And I don't doubt that we're going to go through stuff like this because, like in agriculture, that's what happens, right? I mean, there's farmer almanacs for a reason. And you know when you're going to get a bumper crop or when it's potentially going to be setting up for that. And the power of farming has largely been handed back to the farmers of America. Trump definitely did that. Now, could weather play a role in something like that? For sure. Could it wipe out a season's crop? Absolutely. Like 10 years ago, it wiped out the entire apple crop of Michigan. It did. It was freezing. It got 80 for like 3 days, and then it went back down to freezing. And it killed, like, they had like a 10% yield on apples in Michigan. Yes, you can go through that. But what if they know how to grow this stuff in ways that like the average person doesn't know? I mean, I think personally, if they're talking about a food shortage in America, then they're talking about a manufactured food shortage in America. And when I say that, I think that sounds like deep state planning. that is a opportunity to shift people in a massive, massive chunk into a different way of thinking, which totally could be legit. It totally could, or it could be completely manufactured. So we just have to kind of play the wait and see. I find it hard to believe that we can't wipe out like a swarm of locusts just by like it seems to me like we would be able to have those types of protections. Or is the flip side of that is that no. You have to let them come and do their thing. You have to. It's part of nature. It's how it rejuvenates the soil. They have to devastate that land. They're not pulling the nutrients out of the ground. They're eating it, moving, consuming, and going on. And if your land is big enough, you can absorb that in one area, one portion of your when it devastates your entire land, of course, that's going to be a problem. But does this thing like fly over the ocean and go over and wipe out all their I mean, just saying, I feel like overall, unless weather really changes it, we're kind of, as a global world, absorbed to kind of get through something like that. I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about farming, so I shouldn't even have started talking about it, to be honest with you. I don't know why I did. I do know why I did, but I ain't going to say why I did. All right. You're 80% self-sufficient. That's incredible, Trey. I love that. Yeah. Joe can do can video. Can be awesome. Love that. I would love that. Just like, here's the can. Here's where you put the stuff. Here's where you put the stuff on the stuff. Voila. I'm sure there's way more to it. Don't you guys boil stuff too? You have to like disinfect. I would be the worst companion you ever ran into on Naked and Afraid. Because I wouldn't have a problem being naked, but I'd definitely be afraid. Unless you need me to kill something, I'll kill it. You prepare. All right, I'm just teasing. I'm actually way more skilled than that, to be honest with you. Way more skilled. My body fat will keep me alive for 30 days. I'll win that, bitch. I'll tell you that. I'll win it. Man, I saw one Naked and Afraid where I think they hooked up. It was like a big girl and a little guy. I think he was like 5'7". I think she was a big girl, tall, big girl. And they were both survivalists in some way. And I think that was chemistry. And it was like the third night, it was like this motherfucker just went and drank out of the stream, hoping he'd get dysentery. I swear he did. I swear he did. He's like, I just couldn't handle it no more. I just had to have some of that water. I just couldn't help. Total survivalist takes a big gulp out of a South American waterfall. Great move. I think he knew. I think he was like, get me. I can't believe I did that. My fiance's going to see this. There ain't nothing afraid about being naked, redneck prepple. In fact, if I decide to go in a coffin, I'm going to make sure I'm naked. I'm going to be naked. You can just put a dickie on me for the funeral and then just take it off, and I'll just be naked and unafraid. I'll be naked and embalmed for the rest of my life. What a horrifying thought. That's horrifying. Our next week's episode, Naked and Embalmed. Great. No. Ashes to ashes for Bill. Dust to dust. Yeah, I can't do that. Especially, James would be afraid of mosquitoes, especially where you live, dude. They've been known to carry off small children. There's the mosquitoes out there are just crazy. They're like Canada. You guys should have been annexed to Canada, actually. You Oregonians and Washingtonians annexed. We'll keep Alaska, though. That's a great state. I'm just kidding. They're all great states, but you get some big ass mosquitoes. Mosquito. I know, Amy, you're liable to say anything in this stream. Anything could just blurt out of your mouth. Anybody's mouth, it could. Yep. Dancing back in the atmosphere, drops of Jupiter in her head. But there, first night in the tropics. Yeah, for sure, James, right? Total mud. I always look at those people and like, why aren't you getting in the mud, dude? Like, you're completely getting hammered by mosquitoes. Go in the mud and roll around. Jeez. And the dude that was down in like on some tropical island with her, and he's like a redheaded, pasty white guy. And he's like, I can't believe I got so burnt the first day. And I'm like, really? You can't? Dude, look at you. You look like silverware in the microwave. Where's the mud? You're next to the ocean. Can't you put on like a sand mud? Jesus, at least on your shoulders, brother. It was just terrible. It's terrible. And what's bad is those people always like wipe out and wimp out like just a few days into it. It's like, oh, I just can't get over my sunburn. It's like, dude, you have been this color your whole life. What's the matter with you? You've been this color your whole life. You didn't think about sunburn on the beautiful uncharted island of Aruba? Ugh. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Arizona. Trey. Give it back to Mexico. Mexico. Mexico was in Yuma a few weeks ago. Yuck. Yuma. I heard it's great. I like it because it starts with a Y and it sounds like Uma. Yuma. Okay? It's just like huge. It's not big. It's not extravagant. It's huge. Huge. I'm right and you're wrong. Okay? You're not right. You're wrong. Oh, my friends. It's been very nice stepping back for the last week and just really taking it all in with the plan. It's really been amazing watching the manifestations of the mainstream television. And now we're seeing the almost every day. Almost every day. Somebody's setting the narrative. Now you got number 44 chiming in heavy on control. Control. It's what I want to be. Control. Yeah, they're pushing that narrative hard right now, right? Hard. Pushing it. They're trying to ram it all back through with the illusion that you are who you were in 2015. They're assuming everything that they do from this point forward that you are that same person, which you are clearly not. You are not even close to that same person. You are a bright, beautiful, shining star of just love for your country, for your nation, and mankind. We want it all to end. That's why it was all shown to us. Not so that we could say, yeah, it's great, just in the US, that's great, let's fix this and F the world. No, this was made to show us that it could reach around the world. And we're showing it. These people in these countries that are so oppressed and ones that aren't oppressed are out there holding up American flags. They're holding up Trump signs. They're holding up memorabilia that is designed to tell you and me that please, please stay with this. The world is counting on you to keep your faith and keep your hope in all this. They're counting on you, and they are. They're counting on us. These people are not in their country holding up our country's flags and signs saying, we really, really hope you don't turn into a giant pussy. Like, we really need that because it's as bad as you think it is here. You already know. You already know how it is there. And they love Trump because of what he says, and he speaks truth. And that's why we love Trump. We love it because we hate injustice. We love him because we hate what happened on that Tuesday in September of 2001. And maybe all of us didn't put the pieces together that day. Maybe not. Some of you might have. But maybe for some of us, it took a culmination of information to actually show that something like that would put me in a state of shock of like, oh my God, what's happening? Seriously. To where I'm at today. Listen, everybody's got their starting point. And when the pieces didn't fit together for that day in any way, you have to ask yourself a very serious question. Is that, do I care what's real or do I not care what's real? And once you figure that out, well, you move on with that decision and go down your road. And there you go. There you go. Everybody on the road. There you go. Amy says they will stoop to the lowest of lows. They will. They don't even think twice about it. The only reason they haven't gone lower than they've gone is they haven't figured out a way to go lower. They are low. Low, low, low. Yes, they are. I can say is keep the faith, you guys. There's something happening. And it's not what's being presented to us. It's not. They're petrified. They're dancing around everything. They don't know what's coming at them. That's the problem. They're talking about wanting to take the nuclear codes away from Joe Biden. The question is, does he even have them? I mean, we don't know. It kind of sounds like the military might have gave him the flex, right? Like I said last week, and everybody's been saying there's no Air Force One. What's going? One time you'd say, okay, that's a mistake. But this has been going on since January 20th. We don't have a Air Force One call sign. What's the problem? And the fact that the media is not calling it out tell you what's the problem. I mean, the White House speaker, what's her, Jen Psaki? She's a flaming disaster. I mean, she just matter-of-factly states things and then just looks like, there you go. And it's like, just because no reporter, except for Ducey, will stand up and say anything to you about it, it's just like, it's infuriating because, right? We deserve the truth about what's going on, not these bullshit answers. And that's what they are. Yeah, they're horrible answers. Oh, I want to tell you guys something right now, too. Today is a very special, important day, and I know I've been alluding to it that it's been around this, but today on the 23rd is officially 1 year ago that I quit smoking cigarettes. So it's been 1 year ago today that I haven't smoked a cigarette. And I do vape, and I know that there's all kinds of problems with that. But for me, I feel great. So, yay, me. For once, Bill. Reached 1 year. So I'm happy about that. Thanks, Redneck Brabble. Redneck Brabble. It's such a great name. I love it. It's great. As I sit back to watch the accolades, thank you. No, I couldn't have done it without you. No, I promise. No. Okay, just one photo. Okay. Okay, you two. You. All right, you two. Go ahead. God. I understand you all want to take my photo. I get it. I'm a big deal. I understand. I'll just do it one more time. All right. Big question. How did Kamala and Biden take the same flight? I don't know. I'm not sure, bro. Because it wasn't Air Force One and they're not the president, vice president. I mean, did you guys hear that tonight too? They're going to start referring to him as the Biden/Harris presidency and that kind of stuff. Something's wonky, man. Just like I started this live stream off with. It's wonky. Excuse me. I'd appreciate it if y'all hit that like button. That would help get this semi-important message out to maybe a few more people. That'd be good. That's my only explanation, James. Or, I mean, you would think they would know that. Like, if they're not supposed to. But then all kinds of people came out and said, no, they're supposed to be flying together because Trump and Pence flew together one time or two times or something like that. I don't know, man. Those are like the nuances that I don't want to get wrapped up in. Like, seriously. I mean, not that I appreciate you bringing it up but like, I'm not going to go research and look up what the protocol is, for the president and the vice president and whether they should travel. But I heard that too, brother, that they're not supposed to be traveling together if you're the president and the vice president. But I don't know, just, yeah, maybe not. Maybe it just sends another message to the Anons. Maybe they're in complete control. They're now the puppet masters, and they're making them jump through the hoops and do the things and that kind of stuff. I mean, Kamala's reaction, seriously, with that cackle over about visiting the southern border was the strangest, cringiest thing I can imagine. I couldn't believe it after I heard it. And I despise her so much that I couldn't re-listen to it. But I did one more time later. And it's just, ugh. It's not redeemable. She can't be redeemed. Between that and Kavanaugh, she can't be redeemed. She just simply can't. Can't happen. James. I mean, that's exactly what I had heard. But again, there was other people that came out and said, no, Trump and Pence flew together once. I don't know, man. I mean, it would seem to me to that point is that it's a national security risk. That makes the most sense. It is. All right. Well, so good to see all of you tonight. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you like crazy. I had a lot of fun. And, if somebody likes a laid back approach to kind of talking about truth, show this to somebody that you know. Why not? Who cares? They don't need a news anchor in their ear. They just need truth. And when you come here, that's what you get, sucker. So, all right. I love you all. It's great to see you. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. And I'll see you next week. Bye.